Not being able to stick to a routine, failing to hit goals consistently and feeling down about my overall physical state have been consistent problems for me during recent times. Despite genuinely enjoying exercise, having no direction or clear target really impacted my progress. I finally realised that I needed something new to try to break the cycle. So I created a fitness challenge. In this video I'll be reviewing the task I set myself and sharing the results. Although it was a rocky start, the outcome is staggering. Hello and welcome to Forfeit FPL. My name is Kai and today I'm going to be assessing my challenge for the 2024-2025 season. The premise of the challenge works by playing Fantasy Premier League. This is a game where you pick players from the Premier League and their performance in real life affects your score. For every 1 point I gain in a game week, I'll be running, cycling, swimming or otherwise moving 1 kilometre the following week. The reason I created this challenge was to try and gamify my fitness. This process adds various elements which should make fitness more exciting. Why am I doing this? The goal is to gamify fitness, combining two things I already love. FPL is my favourite game, so getting a physical reward from my scoring game just feels like a win-win. The reasoning behind the creation of the challenge boils down to some simple principles. Firstly, get fitter, then establish a solid routine, and most importantly, have fun. I am not going to beat around the bush. The first season I spent doing this did not go well at all. I have looked into the season to find out what went wrong, and there's a few factors. When the challenge started, I was still doing some PTI-led gym sessions. These were mainly gym workouts, which were great but contributed absolutely nothing towards my challenge distance. Both of the workouts on screen added 0 kilometers, despite one burning over 800 calories. I was juggling full-time work, this challenge, my PTI sessions, family life, and naturally this led to being overwhelmed. I hadn't planned or prepared nearly enough, and by the time the season rolled round, I was completely blown away by the seemingly impossible challenge. Already feeling down, I then encountered more issues. I had a couple of minor operations. One left me looking like this. Okay, I suppose the operation didn't force me to wear the Grinch outfit, but what I mean is the glasses. I had eye surgery and couldn't do phys for a few weeks. The outcome of this has been amazing, but in addition to other medical appointments, this meant I missed more deadlines throughout the season. One week I was out cycling late, and I fell off my bike and messed up my wrist. I couldn't go on my bike for a short period of time because I was just in pain. There are lessons to be learned from this, like bikes and ice don't really go very well. At this point, I just felt like a failure, to be honest. I was ready to write the challenge off altogether and pretend it didn't even happen. If Excuses FC was a team in the Prem, I would have been the captain. I was even putting off making this video because I felt like a waste of time. But this is where something interesting happened. As I was looking back through my data on Strava to put together this video, I noticed some gems which I certainly hadn't appreciated during the season. On Boxing Day, I managed to head out and complete a cycle in the cold. Despite forgetting my gloves and having a horrible time, I pushed through and managed to get it done. This was the start of a 108km challenge, which I had to complete within 4 days. I managed to complete it as well. When I look back and take a moment to reflect on achievements like this, I'm really proud of how the challenge went. Although generally speaking, yes, the challenge didn't really go well, I managed to pull some amazing wins out the bag. I can tell you for free, I wouldn't normally smash out 100 kilometers in the days following Boxing Day. These are normally reserved for being in a food coma. Looking through more of my logs from Strava, I noticed some really interesting language when I completed challenges. I commonly came across words like buzzing after completing a solid week. This is really powerful because I now have tangible evidence that setting a challenge and gradually tackling it throughout the week has a huge impact on how I'm feeling. These moments, albeit rare, really hit home just how beneficial movement can be. I need to make the most of this and use it as fuel to push on. It really is amazing how simple it can be to improve mood and positive energy. No plan survives its first contact. I'll be trying again and throwing everything at it this time. Although I didn't complete the challenge in the way I imagined, I learned how even one consistent week can completely shift how I feel about myself. Seeing the things I wrote about my mood has given me such a huge boost, and now I know I'm doing the right thing. Consistency is key. I'll be aiming to really improve my tracking next season. Sometimes it was on point, but sometimes I ended up with workouts like this. I've also noticed some physical benefits since starting this challenge. One being feeling more energized throughout the day. Prior to starting, I felt like I was tired constantly and was completely exhausted the second I got home from work every day. Since the challenge primarily focuses on cardio, I'm no longer struggling with this, and I feel like I can accomplish so much more each day. Not to mention before this, I'd also stopped playing football. Moving more helped me build up the confidence to get back to playing regularly. It really has been life-changing so far. To wrap this up, Season 1 was messy, it's true. But I'm not done. Forfeit FPL is going to return for the 2025-26 season, and I'm going to be applying every single thing that I've learned. I will be documenting my progress, so please feel free to subscribe if you want to see how this season goes. I'm so excited to build on this and get stronger next season. The score comes from a game, but the real win isn't a fantasy. I have no idea how many points I'll score next season. All I know is I'll be feeling every single one. Thank you for watching.